Hello, my dears, and welcome back to the Fairy Coach Tarot YouTube channel. Today, we're going to explore how to heal and strengthen the solar plexus chakra using tarot. Not by pulling random cards, but by working consciously with powerful archetypes that hold the vibration of confidence, self worth, and inner strength. Right? So, this is the chakra of your personal power, your radiant light, your will, your ability to act in alignment with your truth. So, we are going to begin as we begin any tarot session, that is by taking a breath together, because we connect through the breath. So, inhale deeply through the nose, hold it at the top, and exhale through the mouth, making the exhale longer than the inhale. We'll do it one more time. Inhale through the nose, hold, exhale through the mouth. All right, let's begin. So, what is the solar plexus chakra? The solar plexus chakra, also known by the name Manipura, is located just above the navel and is connected to the element of fire. Its color is a golden yellow and it governs confidence, personal boundaries, motivation, self respect, and identity. Right. When it's blocked, it can feel like you are insecure, or even if, when you have those feelings of feeling invisible to the world, that you are, that insecurity, lack of confidence, you are overwhelmed by self doubt. You feel disempowered in relationships. And you also are afraid to take action or speak up, right? So, when that chakra is balanced, we glow. We feel focused, clear, strong, right? So, right now we're going to look at 7 tarot cards, these 7 tarot cards here, that can help you return to your power. And I will share a healing practice for each one of these cards. All right. So, let's begin with strength, right? So, why we choose strength? Because strength is about inner fortitude, self compassion, quiet courage. It's not about brute force, but it's about graceful power, right? So, the practice that we're going to do with this card is hold the card over your solar plexus. As I said, that's above the navel. And we're going to breathe deeply and repeat an affirmation such as, my strength is soft, quiet, and unshakable. Let's say it again. My strength is soft, quiet, and unshakable, right? And then it could be good if you try to recall a moment when you stayed strong through gentleness, when that gentle inner strength showed up in your life. Now, I do want to tell you that I forgot before that we are going to go through all these cards now together, but it would be good if you want to work with these cards to pause the video. So, after you watch it once, so you rewatch it again to work with each card. All right, so this is what we're going to do with the card strength. Now, let's look at the Chariot. That's another wonderful card to use for the solar plexus chakra. And why would we choose this card? So, because this card is about willpower, direction, taking charge of your path, The chariot says to you, you are the driver of your life, right? So, what is a practice we can do with this card? So, you could journal, right? Or, and ask yourself, where am I giving my power away? So, three things that you can do, three actions, small or big, that you can take that bring your power back to your center. So, make a list of three actions, small or big, that you can take that bring you back to your center, that bring that power back. All right. Now we're gonna look at the third card, the Queen of Wands, right? Here we go. This beautiful queen, right? She's all about the fire element and the feminine energy. So why do we choose this queen? Because she's radiant. Look at her. She's magnetic, confident. She doesn't ask for permission to shine. So the practice we're going to do with this card is stand tall, hold the card close like to you, in front of you, by your heart, and say, I am unapologetically myself, right? So again, we're going to use an affirmation while we look into the card and say, I am unapologetically myself, and then when you work with this card, if you want to make this your morning practice, right? So you can set the card in front of you in an altar, or even, I have some clients that set it next to the mirror in the bathroom, right? And then you say an affirmation like, I'm unapologetically myself, or I stand strong in my power. And then what you do is you wear something bold for the day, something that makes you feel alive, and that you feel powerful wearing, right? Our clothes and the colors we choose can influence our day a lot. Now, let's look at the sun. All right, this is another beautiful card to work with for the solar plexus chakra. And look, solar plexus. So this is like the specific card that works for this. So why we choose this card? Because the sun is about pure joy, vitality, self-expression, luminous confidence. And how we can work with this, the practice for this card would be to meditate with the card. And if you can do it in the sunlight, better. So if you are in your home and you want to use it close to a window or a place where you get a lot of sunlight, or if you're lucky enough to have a backyard and you want to take your card out there, right? And just meditate with the card in the sunlight. The sun is a way to recharge. We can actually charge our crystals with the sun. We recharge our own energy with the sun. So meditating in the sunlight using this card can be very powerful. And then after your meditation, what you want to do is journal. So, and one of the questions you can ask is, what makes me shine? Or where am I hiding my light, right? Depending of what makes me shine, what makes me feel alive. That's another question. What makes me feel alive? And by journaling, you're processing everything that you have inside and you're actually getting all those answers. Or you can ask the contrary. I prefer to use positive questions, such as what makes me shine or what makes me feel alive. But you can also say, where am I hiding my light? Where is my light? When does my light feel dimmed? And you also get a lot of answers on what's taking that energy away, that light out of you, right? Now, let's look at one of my favorite cards, and that is because it's the powerful magician, right? And why are we choosing this card? Because the magician is the conscious creator, right? The manifester. He reminds us that we have all the tools we need. He reminds us that we are powerful beings, and that we can create, we can manifest, we can attract, right? So the practice we're going to do is lay out the card and name your four tools. So that would be mind, heart, body, and will, right? Say, I'm the author of my life, right? So your four tools are your mind, your heart, your body, and your will. So, and that's very important because we all have like the mind, the heart, the will, and our physical body. And those are tools that we all have. It doesn't matter if we're wealthy, we're not, where we live, who's our family. We have that. We have those tools. In some of those aspects, maybe more stronger in some and than in others, but we can all find ways to use our tools. And then repeating that affirmation of, I'm the author of my life. Let's go with the Nine of Pentacles. Here you have this beautiful Nine of Pentacles card. And this is the card of independence, dignity, and self-earned success, right? He is the embodiment of self-worth. So the practice with this card is do something luxurious just for yourself. So do a self-care practice that feels luxurious. So if you have the means to go get a massage or go to the spa, do that. If finances at this time feel a little bit more strained, give yourself, you can get some beautiful flowers and use lavender oil and pamper yourself with this bath time or something that feels like a self-care routine just for you, that feels a bit luxurious, pampering yourself. And then you can also journal with this card, and the question would be, how can I show myself I'm valuable, right? How can I put myself first? How can I start doing these self-care practices for myself every now and then to show myself that I care, that I love myself, that I care about myself, that I show up for myself. And a lot of these moms and women, we tend to show up for others, for our kids, for our friends, for our partners. And it's time to say, how can I show up for myself? How can I show myself that I love myself, that I care about myself? What can I do that feels nice towards myself? And now we're going to look at the last card, and that's the King of Wands. This handsome king, right? And it's the fire element again. And why we choose this card is about visionary leadership, purposeful action, and this mature fire. And the practice with this card will also be to visualize your ideal future. Visualize your ideal future self if you want, right? How can you embody this king? And that doesn't matter what gender you are, because this is a masculine energy that you can embody, even if you are a very feminine, person. You can still embody this practice of saying, what this king can bring into my life. So visualize your ideal future self and kind of making this king kind of your coach, asking you, what brave step can I take today? What's a brave step? What's something that feels brave that you can do today? And then another thing is when you meditate or visualize with this king or with other cards, one trick that sometimes works if you start working in the morning with the card is then you take the card with you. If you can put it in your purse or anywhere, you take the card with you throughout the day, because when you visualize you do a meditation exercise or you visualize the card, you're infusing that card with your energy, and that card is also giving you its energy, right? And then it's a powerful thing. It's kind of like a token. And whenever you need it throughout the day, let's say you go to work or something, and you can just take a moment and look at the card again and feel that way to recharge with it, recharge your energy, feel powerful with your energy. So that's if you work with the cards in the morning. But for those of you that prefer to work with the cards in the evening, then after you meditate or visualize with a card, if you're going to bed, you will put it under your pillow or have it close to you by your nightstand. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, I'm doing this series of working with the tarot to heal the seven main chakras. So I hope you take things that you can find helpful on your healing journey. Remember that I offer virtual sessions that you can do no matter where you are in the world. And we can do them via Skype call or a video call that you choose, via WhatsApp or phone. And I can help you work with the tarot for healing. I also, in my sessions, they are sessions, tarot sessions that get combined with coaching. So I help you find solutions to whatever your concern is. So, and I have different price ranges. So we can do either a 30-minute session, a 45-minute session, a 1-hour session, and I have different packages so we can work together with different things based on your budget, because the idea here is to help you get clarity, to help you feel empowered, and to help you find solutions and be support for your healing journey, right? So these cards here are like wise mentors, and each whispering truth you already carry inside. So that's how I want you to see it. The more time you spend working with each one of these cards, like we said, meditating, journaling, or embodying the energy of the card, the more you activate your solar plexus, right? So this isn't about fixing yourself, it's about remembering who you are, right? So the other thing is that I ask you is to please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to get the weekly guidance that I post. And also, you know, there will be different healing videos that I post throughout the week. And I am coming up with a different series we can do, like a series on relationships and how to use the tarot that way. So anyway, so please like and subscribe and reach out to me for a private session, and we can work with what your budget is, and help you gain clarity, find solutions, and heal. Now, let's say an affirmation together after working with these cards, and say, I am powerful. I am worthy. I am radiant. I trust myself. I act with clarity and purpose. Remember your power. All right? Remember your strength, your power, and how you have that life force in you. I hope that if this practice spoke to your soul, like I said, like and subscribe, share it. Please share the video with a friend or somebody who may need to reclaim their light. And let me know in the comments which card called to your solar plexus most today, you know, if there is one that actually speaks to you most. And until next time, my dears, stand tall, shine gently, and never forget your inner fire. Bye.